celebrating the tribes that were the original guardians of this land.
Oh, Gloria, don't be ridiculous. Language of the oppressor? Come on. You speak English, for goodness sakes. Ye old English is the language of the oppressor.
Ah, well, you got me there, Benny. Cállate, ame.
Did you just call me stupid and yucky?
Ah, Benny, Republicans can learn.
Muchachos, please.
His statue never hurts me, but I have a philosophical question for you. If you remove the statue, will the pigeons poop? Or do the pigeons poop because there is a statue?
That just hurt my brain.
I am totally against the removal of any statue. De Anza was a brave conquistador that brought civilization to these parts.
Yeah, and the civilization killed natives. And once they were dead, they couldn't work the land anymore. Guess who they brought after that?
Who?
Africans, Damon. Africans.
Oh, okay. You got me there. Well played.
Hey, let's not forget, legend has it that Don Carlos grilled meat one night and then realized he was out of white bread, and so he put the grilled meat on a local maize tortilla, and it was called the taco de asada.
That's right. Beachtown is famous for our tacos de asada. Oh my God. What's going to happen to our biggest event of the year, the annual Taco de Asada cook-off?
Look, if we remove the statue, we remove Hispanic historia. We remove tradición. That's tradition, Mr. Mayor. And worst of all, we'll lose tourist dollars if we cancel the cook-off.
Dudes, I don't think we need to cancel the cook-off. Maybe we just rename it.
Oh, wait. How about tacos de politically correct cook-off?
Or tacos de bleeding heart liberal cook-off.
Wait, Gloria's going to love this one. Wait. Tacos de Che Guevara.
Okay, gentlemen, we get the point. All right, let's get back to the topic here. Should we remove the statue of Don Carlos de Asada or not?
Not.
America is a very young country that thinks that it will stay the same and last forever. This is a fallacy. Iran, also known as Persia, was ruled over centuries ago by Macedonians, Turks, Mongols, Muslims. No empire lasts forever. All things pass. Perhaps this is the end of an American empire and beginning of American awakening.
Dr. Shirini, you scare me.
This is the exact reason for closing our borders, right there.
Hey, remember, folks, this is public art.
It is not art. It's a political and psychological statement of Eurocentric male dominance.
Yeah!
Okay, if we remove it, what should go in its place?
A giant surfboard.
Oh, I kind of love that idea, Donna. So, should we move the statue, put it somewhere else? Where would we put it?
Yeah, put it on a boat and deport it back to Spain.
We are sliding down a slippery slope here. What's next? Washington? Jefferson? Taking down the statue of Governor Pete Wilson?
Oh, that's a great idea. That statue's gotta go. He was in charge of Prop 187.
Hey, I have fond memories of that statue. I kissed my high school sweetheart under that statue.
You kissed your high school sweetheart under the statue of Pete Wilson?
No, under the statue of De Asada.
Me too. It would be weird if Don Carlos wasn't there anymore.
Right?
Guys, sorry to interrupt this happy days moment, but the natives never got any happy days after Asada arrived. He's got to go.
He stays.
I kissed my sweetheart under the Pete Wilson statue.
You know, I helped many people pull down statues in Iraq. It was so much fun. So call me. I know how to do it. We just need a big truck and 40 angry Kurds.
Oh.
Okay, folks. Obviously, this brings up some heated emotions here. For some people, De Asada was a brave explorer and adventurer. For some, he was a greedy conquistador who helped establish the Spanish Empire. I think he was a little bit of both. So I want to hear from the rest of the Beachtonians on this issue. Should we tear down the statue of De Asada or not? What do you think? Don't be shy. Let us know your thoughts. Esther, are you out there? Can you tell people how to participate?
Absolutely. Here I am, Mr. Mayor. Hi again, everyone. I'm Esther. We would love to hear you all and speak and participate. And if you would like to add the conversation, you want to make sure to turn on your participants window on the bottom left. Push that icon and you'll see a blue raise hand icon. And that's what you're going to click to let us know that you would like to join in the conversation. Once I see your name, I'm going to add you to the speaking order on the, Bernie today is already on, and Henry and Albert Dan are already on. That's so fantastic. We can't wait to hear from you. So just like they have, please go ahead and like your raise hand icon when you're ready to speak. We'll shut it off when you're on the speaking order. And once you do that, Mayor Novak will call on you. And when you do, turn on your video and your microphone. I think that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Esther. You are the best. We appreciate it so much.
Bernie today will be first, and then Henry and Albert, and then Katrina.
Let's see here. Who was first? I'm sorry. Oh, there.
Bernie today.
Coming on. Okay.
It looks like he just lowered his hand. Why don't you start with Henry and Albert?
Let's see here. Hold on one second. I think we have.
Oh no, Bernie's there. Bernie's there. Hello. Sorry.
Someone here.
Yes.
But I just want to say we've got a couple comments in here already. Henry says we should tear it down. Carla says tear it down. Sean says we should make a Beachtown kook. Statue should come down from Denise. Put up a permanent carne asada statue with a surfboard for Mayor Steve. I appreciate that. All right. So here, Bernie today, Carla's my twin. All right. And it looks like you got some powerful gear going on here.
Well, yes, Mayor and esteemed panel, I want to thank you today for the opportunity to talk about a very important issue. And I want to start with logic. If we outlaw statues, then only outlaws will have statues. And think about that. Now, I've been listening to the statue most of the day, which is why I protected myself with this hat. And I encourage you, and I would encourage the board to consider an ordinance in which we all protect ourselves, because what that statue's been telling me is to wear a mask. And I know that that's wrong. So I've started a new program called Wear a Mask, Go to Jail. Hashtag Go to Jail. And I just want to close by saying the only mask that an American should wear is one that protects us so that they can't hear us like this. This is the only mask an American would wear. I want to thank the panel for your esteemed logic and reason, in particular Ramos and Leibovitz, who are both wonderful leaders, and I appreciate them all. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie, today. Yes, some strong ideas there. Sending people to jail. I think that's something that we may need to consider heartily there. Next, we have Henry and Albert coming up here. And while they're coming on, oh, there's a Henry right there.
Yes.
You have a thought here, Henry?
Yes, I know I'm very young, but people say that the younglings of Beachtown know very well what is going on in the economy. But I think, though the statue did do very much good things, for some people, it made up with that, while also doing very bad things with some people and put it straight in the middle. And if someone is doing nothing, then why do we have to celebrate him? That is my thought for the statue.
Wonderful. And you said in the comments you think it should be torn down.
Yes.
So, and you don't care that I had my kiss there with my high school sweetheart?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough, Henry. Thank you very much for your input. It's good to hear the voices of tomorrow's Beachtown speaking up today. Well said, Henry. Before we move on here, we have a comment from Danielle. It is important not to forget history. What if we add to it projections or paint or costumes or additional statues with it, along with educational opportunities? As a way to make an impact, use history and art together to make an impact. Gloria, I think you were talking about this just earlier before the meeting. You have some ideas on this?
Well, I actually agree with, I believe it was maybe Susan or Julia who said that we need to honor the Kumeyaay. That's what I believe. I think we should melt that statue of Dona Sada and do a Kumeyaay statue instead, like perhaps celebrating their elders, their wise spiritual leaders, or if we take one of their rock signs that you find out in the desert, like this one. This one is supposed to be a dancer. How cool would that be in metal in the middle of Beachtown? A dancer statue, art, Kumeyaay history, and get rid of Asada.
Oh, so you would like to add the additional statues, but also get rid of Asada?
Yes.
So,
We
okay.
don't need to glorify murderers and slave owners.
Okay. And Katrina is next, and then Max. Katrina, come on. Oh,
Okay.
more youth from Beachtown.
Hi. Okay, first of all, I just want to say yes, Henry. Yes, Beachtown youth. Good for you. Okay. Also representing Beachtown High School, go Seals! Okay. I basically think that the statue is representative of, yes, a great explorer and someone who colonized early Beachtown, but also someone who slaughtered and enslaved many Native Americans. And I think that, especially in school, we learn a lot more about the great things that he's done and how amazing that he was for Beachtown, rather than the culture of the Native Americans and the people who were there before him. And I think that early cultures like the Kumeyaay, like how Gloria said, they need to have more representation. So I think that the statue should be torn down and replaced with something to commemorate the things that were there before him that he slaughtered and enslaved. So.
Listen to the wisdom from the mouth of youth. Thank you, Katrina. Your parents are raising you right. Max is next. And then Dr. Shirini. Max, go ahead and turn on your camera. And hello. What do you think? What should we do with the statue of Don Carlos de Asada?
Well, I think David said it in the comments while I was waiting, but I would agree that I think the statue should go in a museum so that we're still adhering to this historical significance, but then replace it in the square with a new statue that represents modern values.
Excellent, excellent. And just to amplify what David said, he said, in its place, how about an abstract sculpture that couldn't ever be used as anything other than nonsense? I actually think Max's point is, let's put it with, replace it with something that would have a better, more positive context. Am I saying that right, Max? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, you got it right, Mayor Steve.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Dr. Shirini, go ahead and go next. Thank you, Max.
Yes, yes. I have a very, very good idea. I think we take down all the statue, then members of Beachtown Council and the city can stand in place of the statue. We can stand and just not move for hours. Just stay very, very still. It will be brilliant.
All right, thank you. So a performance art type piece where the Beachtonians become the art themselves. I love that you're always thinking outside the box, Dr. Shirini. All right, we're going to turn things over to Benny here for a moment, but I just want to remind you, if you have another thought, feel free to raise your hand up or just throw something into the comment chats. All right, go ahead, Councilman Ramos-Leibowitz.
Thank you, Mayor Steve. Before I speak, is it okay if Katrina and Henry pop up those cameras for me, because I have a question for you guys. Since you're the youth, thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Henry. Since you're the youth, and yes, I might not be the coolest guy and probably you guys aren't conservatives. I get that. I'm not blind. I'm not dumb, as many of you think. But here's what I'm going to ask both of you. I believe the youth is our future, and I don't believe in tearing down our history. So my question to both of you, there's enough space in Beachtown. Could we still erect new statues It'll bring jobs. It'll bring more tourist dollars around Beachtown without removing the old statues, and have both statues, one to represent our history and possibly one to represent our future. Henry, Katrina, go ahead, answer if you want.
Oh, are you muted, Tanta?
Hey,
That's what I'd like
I
to
just have a
hear.
question. Do you know that it will raise tourist dollars, like making new statues and whatnot?
Good question.
Well, apparently one of those statues is a big makeout corner. I kissed my first.
Teenagers don't have money to spend on tourism.
All
That's
I'm
very
saying
true.
is,
Thank you.
if we're going to be listening to activists, quote unquote, like Gloria, all we're going to do is start tearing down things. And I thought the Progressive and the Democratic Party is about building things and bringing us up, right? So my question to you is, I don't know, or my answer, excuse me, I don't know if it's going to bring more tourist dollars. But what I am saying is, I want the youth to know that we don't have to destroy our past to create our future. Would you agree to that?
Katrina, go ahead, Henry. Go ahead.
I have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Just one question. Is Beachtown, is it conservative? Is it to the right, to the left? Just wondering. Because if Beachtown is more to the right, if we bring it down, then it will improve tourism. But
I can answer, young crisis actor. Beachtown, about 250,000 walls that we have put up. We have more ventilated than anybody in the United States of America. We are the ventilated capital of the world. We test, but we're going to stop, because the more we test, the more we have people getting. If we don't test, people won't get sick. So, does that answer your question?
I will also say that Beachtown is welcoming of all voices.
Yes.
We include all perspectives of Beachtown, and so it's a big part of what makes us up. Democracy shines as bright as the sun. So, all right, thank you to our youth here. And Gloria, you had something that you wanted to say as well.
Well, actually, I was actually going to ask Henry and Katrina that if we were to keep the statue, should we then put some sort of, or a new different plaque? And what would you put on the plaque if we keep the statue, but we want to make sure to acknowledge what this statue means? Anyone?
I actually think the kids could create something. It is for their generation. Maybe the schools could take on that project.
What if Katrina and Henry step in as my models?
They can become the statues. So, and they're learning important things in school. So what do you think, Henry? Would that be a good idea to make it a school project?
Do
you think we should take it down?
I think we should take the statue down because though it is an important part of history, I don't think it does that. Somewhere behind there, I don't remember who, someone said that this is our language. If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be speaking English. But honestly, English is cool, but like, what difference does it really make whether we're speaking English or Spanish? We probably know it as fluently anyway.
You speak Spanish?
Sí, yo puedo hablar español también. Así es. Es tan bueno.
Perfecto.
con eso.
Henry, yo tengo una pregunta para ti. Yo tengo una pregunta para ti. ¿Qué piensas cuando Mayor Steve habla español todo el tiempo? ¿Te gusta o no te gusta?
Sí, pero la verdad es, tú estás diciendo que estás asumiendo, pero todos nosotros no sabemos español tan bueno, ¿por qué eso no pasó? Si eso sí estaba pasando, if that thing still had happened, then we would understand Spanish because the Native Americans are those people, that was our native language. They wouldn't take that away, so we would like it. We would be normal. It'd be like if I was saying something like this, it'd be like maybe we would be having this argument and maybe about English. It's like,
Henry, you sound like you're from the Antipasta group.
All right here.
I think
Henry,
we have our,
thank you. Thank you for that. I must say that I think I need to go back to BCC a little bit because I wasn't quite able to follow. I heard my name come up somewhere there, but maybe I should learn Spanish a little better before I try to use it in a public forum.
I think we have our new grand marshal for our Taco Fest.
All I'm
All right,
saying
thank you, our youth. You may jump off. And I also didn't want to appear ageist out there. Bernie today out there informed me that he is also 15, and just on perception, I didn't realize that Bernie today was 15 years old, so I didn't mean to be ageist there. Hey, all Beachtonians, I want to thank all of you for your comments and your suggestions. We're going to take a Zoom poll. Esther, why don't you go ahead and throw that poll up here, and we're going to let the whole town input here. We have 3 questions here. Do you attend the annual Tacos de Asada cook-off? Do you speak Spanish? And should we remove the Don Carlos de Anza statue? So go ahead. You may need to scroll down a little bit to get all 3 questions. And then once we get all the results, Esther's going to give them to us here right away. And as you saw with Mask School and the jumping jacks and the burpees, your feedback matters to us. We will be taking the results of tonight and taking it to the Beachtown City Council, who will vote on an action to be taken regarding the statue. All right. Esther, are we about ready with that poll?
Just coming up, Mr. Mayor. 1 second.
It's just coming up here.
If you
right
want to take Al Pastor's comment while we wait, we can do that.
Sure, absolutely. Let's hear. Why don't we close the poll for a moment and we'll listen to Al Pastor. Oh, sorry, you're muted right now, Mr. Pastor.
I'm really upset about the statue removal. Beachtown was founded by 3 Spanish families: the Asadas, the Quesada Diaz, and my family, the Al Pastor. So that's history. That is history, and I would like to preserve that history. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Al Pastor. So perhaps we should be erecting more statues for the founders there. All right, you can go ahead.
My family invented the taco al pastor. I just want you to know that.
All right, thank you very much, Al. We appreciate that. All right, Esther, let's go ahead and see that poll.
Got it.
Do you attend? Looks like about half and half attendance, and some people still don't know about it. So, Councilman Ramos-Leibowitz, maybe we need to spend a little bit more of the city budget getting people out there for the cook-off. Do you speak Spanish? About 50-50 right here. So yes, Beachtown is a diverse community, as we talk about all the time. Should we remove the statue? 50% say yes, 20 maybe, 20 no, and 9% are still thinking about it. So this is very interesting. So folks, we will take all of these results to the Beachtown City Council. The task force will discuss a little bit further. We invite you to join us here next week, same day, same time, where we're going to be discussing a big issue for the city of Beachtown on whether or not maybe we should be reclosing a bit with the recent spikes with some of our businesses. So before we sign off for the day, Donna French has a little musical treat for us.
When you are low and wanting sand on your toes, you can always go Beachtown. The weather's so perfect, you'll never find better. So boring, I know. Beachtown, just listen to the crashing of the waves against the jetty. Strolling on the boardwalk, watching sunsets, oh so pretty. Romantic stream. The sun feels much brighter here. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your fears here in Beachtown. Things are so warm for us. Beachtown, no finer place for sure. Beachtown, life is a beach for us.
Beachtown! Oh, that was awesome. Thank you, Donna. Okay, folks, we'll see you next week. Same day, same time. Stay safe. Hasta la vista.